Hello people of the internet and welcome to episode 5 of Me Plays My Summer Car, where you'll see I've done some work on the Satsuma, mainly the suspension down here. That is all complete, as are the wheels fitted, and I have one of the hubcaps fitted as well. Although the engine is also finished completely and done properly. I missed loads of parts out before when I built it, but this time it is done properly. Now, I tried lowering it into the car and I failed, so I'm presumably doing something incredibly stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically record this video as it's going to go, and I'll return later with everything, I guess, as it should be, and fit the engine in the car. Now, I'm not sure why I'm in the van. I just got in the van. Do we have our mini bike anywhere, I wonder? I did have it in the back of a van at one point. We can use that to travel around quite easily. We have various bits of food. Our character is kind of tired, and you can, or at least you used to be able to, sleep on the rear seat of the Satsuma. There's my door on the floor. You can fit it to the car, as I'll show you now. Oh, the tick just went. There we go. I'll fit one of these doors. Gives me a way to say, hey, I'm doing some Satsumaing on the car. Satsumaing is a word now. Come on, toolbox. Yeah, it's a complicated process, but I am hoping it'll pay off eventually. We press F to open this. It's getting quite late now, I probably shouldn't be doing it. But we go into tool mode, that's number key 2. And yep, we need to get in a position we can actually reach stuff, ideally. Ah, there's the screws. I'm slightly missing them. I don't know exactly what screw size this is, but I have fitted doors before to the Satsuma, so it's not entirely alien to me. You just have to do 4 of these on the front of a door, and then that is mounted and you can open and close it. And what's that screw there? I think I've got it, but it is the same size we use on the doors, so we can whoosh through this. The other door is the same. I'm only going to fit one side of a Satsuma, because why bother boring you with the other side, which is identical in terms of fitment. Now we need to put that in. There we go. Now we can put the front fender on, and I think we'll put the wheel hub bits on. Not wheel hubs, I mean hubcaps, that's it. I think that's what they call them. Where were they? They were somewhere around here hiding. Come on, where are you? We could put a tail light on. Yes, you're coming with me. These, I think, just plop into place. You don't have to do anything in particular. Are we going to... Oh, we've actually got the right side of tail light. That's a surprise, knowing me. Oh, I just had it. There we go. I say we've got the right side. It is actually the right side as well. It's not the left side. How are things going this well for me? Maybe I should try fitting the engine as well. Nah, that'll be where it'll go wrong. We have an oil filter, which I probably should have fit to the engine at some point. Hey, look at that. I neatly parked it in the corner of the garage. Ah, there's the front fender. I see it. Now. Fender white, yes. This can go... Hey, I said you can go on the car. Not you can go on the ground. Now, although hidden, there are a few screws. Grab the toolbox. No! Why? Why do you fall to the ground on me? The engine's just hanging around as well. Oh, where were you? Tick, I see. Yes, that's some way to fit a panel. So we need to tighten all these little bolts. Although, hopefully we can... Oh, when I rest that there, it knocks a fender off. It's so annoying. We can just fit it again, but it really does get annoying fast, especially when the light is fading. I think we're going to come back to this. Looks like we need to go smaller, as opposed to bigger, to fit this. Come on, where are you? Where are you, B? I'm trying to get it, but it's not seeming to select one that fits. What I think I'll do is I think I'll go to sleep and then the phone will probably ring when I wake up. When I did some playing of this earlier, I had some guy call about 3 times about the sewage job. So, that's something. Now, we need to... I don't know, I'm completely lost. One more scan through these and then I'll just give up. For the time being. Yeah, ooh, it worked that time. You got lucky. Yeah, I'm just thinking now it won't fall off. No, I'm not taking that kind of chance. There's one up there. I just need to reach over. And we've got that one. Get this one. I think that's them all. Although I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. Get into the engine bay. Oh dear, I don't have a torch as well. Thankfully I'm going to go to sleep, as I said. We do need to fulfill our needs, but I've got some stuff here that just fell out of the van. Yeah, it fell out of someone's van. What could possibly go wrong with eating it? Still, we're going to get our drink as well, because that will help keep our needs sorted. And then we will go to bed and fall asleep. And the phone's going. Yes, I'll answer you. Right, looks like we've got to pick up a drunk guy. I can barely see a thing. Right, here is the van. We are in the van. Our needs are thankfully sorted, so we just have to somehow find the ignition, wherever it is. And then that can help us turn the lights on. If we don't have the lights on, I don't know how we're going to move. Handbrake is off, so I think we can move. Yes, it's easier to just drive into the light than try and find where my headlights are. There we go. So, I'm going to now drive to town, and I'll join you when I am there. Okay, so here we are in the town. I now basically need to go and pick him up, where he'll be right up here near the store. Not much to say, really. I could try and refuel my van. There he is. I could try and refuel my van, but I think these are locked at night. I'm not certain, but I remember something along those lines happening, so I'll just try. Yeah, it won't let me pick it up. I have lost my windscreen. I did that back at home. So that's not really an issue. It just happened somehow. I'm not quite sure. It was just really dark and hard to see anything. I may have found my torch though. If it is where I thought it was, I saw something yellow on the way. So if I just park here at the bus stop, he'll get in. After my last journey, I'm surprised he would call me again. I do, however, get paid a little money for doing this, so yeah, it's always a positive there. My truck is just sitting around there. I don't know where I put my mini bike, but I could use that to travel out to the town if I needed to. Okay, so we're cutting some wood. Grab another log here, and it's not wanting to. Oof. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes the logs just jump all over the place, and here you'll see I have a particularly messy workstation. He didn't go in too, so yeah, I just hit it until it does, in that kind of case. Free up my workspace, otherwise it won't spawn a new log there. There we go, I've worked out quite an efficient pattern, and then it's got logs in the way again. This is not a clean, safe workplace. Well, it might be the first one. It's definitely not safe. Someone's eye's going to get taken out sooner or later. I can't even aim as well. That doesn't help. It's like I'm playing log golf now, which is a game I've invented suddenly. There we go. Of all the places. Ooh, that one's really precarious. How did it get up there? I mean, I understand the sideways one, but that one. Oi, off me workbench, you. It's being a very cumbersome log. There we go. More chopping wood. Just what we need. Anyway, the mini bike, it may be in the lorry. I was just thinking about it. I've put it somewhere. But either way, the only option I've got now is to drive a tractor. So I feel, you know, I might as well stick logs in there and park it in the town. That way, it makes it a little easier if I have a log delivery. It's a horribly, horribly slow vehicle to drive, though. I think for now, though, we have got loads of logs. Yeah, I dumped all the food that was in this trailer out onto the floor. I actually tipped it and it didn't do anything like it does with the logs. It didn't slide out though or anything, so I had to actually manually throw stuff out. But here you'll see, all I'm doing is I'm really grabbing the logs I've already cut out here and I'm just throwing them into the trailer and it will get loaded up. Hopefully I can move quick enough to show it. Come on, where are you going? There we go. That works for me. Hopefully I can show. They disappear when they go in there and it kind of creates a bed of firewood. You do have to use loads of logs to pile up, though. It's why I don't like doing this mission. It's so hard, and then you have to drive the hideously slow and noisy tractor there. The noise isn't anything nice at all. It's just a groan. But we do have some kind of build up there, as you'll see. It'll continue building up if I throw more and more logs in. I might even have to climb up there to get that log off the top. Or maybe I'll leave it there, I don't know. No, I won't leave it there. I have to do the job completely. I have to make sure the logs are there at least, because it's not going to pay me if I have a half-full trailer. At least not that I know of. Maybe someone can get away with it, but that is probably not me. You'll see again, we are building up the kind of level it's at. We just have to chuck these in. In case you don't know, it is the right mouse button to throw. The left mouse button just drops them like that. I was actually doing that on purpose. Hashtag totally meant to do that. As so it is. I feel like the tractor should sound like a VTEC though. Just because it would be so much more fun to do these missions if you get a VTEC sounding tractor, even if it's not any quicker. You know, just hitting the VTEC as well. Oh, I thought that was one you cut on top of. Like, that's not going in the trailer. Well, see though, it's building up quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip to where I'm at town. I have no idea if the drunk guy is still in the van or anything, so we'll have to see. Okay, things are not going well. Basically, I was hit by a Lotus in the tractor which was going the wrong way on the road at very, very high speeds. Now, I don't know what was going on, but it was enough to send me back to the house. It's not the complete end of the world. I do have one travel medium left to get to town. But this is not getting me very hopeful because it's a boat. I mean, what can I say? I'll have to look at the map and stuff, and unless it's an automatically controlled thing, which I suspect it isn't. See here, we just have a bit of a dock. And we go into the boat, like so. Yeah, it looks like the other vehicles. Enter driving mode. So there's the starter, we drag and pull that. Probably shouldn't have pressed engine shut off. I will be back when I've moved this boat. So here we are at the island I found. Yeah, not much to say. I don't really know what is here. There's a log cabin and a toilet, so it's possibly just a place you stop off at if you need to save. Interesting. It's like camera. Can we do anything with this? You can throw it. That is where you can sleep. Yeah, it just looks like a place where you can rest if you need to. If you're on a boating journey. My boat is just there. Thankfully it hasn't driven away. Is there anything in here? Ooh, what is this? This looks interesting. Bucket. And we have a sauna. Ah, yes. So it's basically a more primitive sauna than the fancy one we've got at home. Very interesting. Very interesting to find it here. I would save, but I just don't think it's necessary right now. To be honest, not saving would probably be an advantage. Since I wouldn't be stuck on an island. Yeah, with the boat possibly respawning elsewhere, knowing how it could be to me. Anyway, I did work this out. You just rev it like that. It's very much like the Kickstarter on the mini bike thingy, only not a Kickstarter on the mini bike thing. Just trying to escape here. It did work eventually. I think this is where I'm going to. I think the town is in this kind of area, but I am not certain. I did briefly look at the map and it appeared that was where it was. So that's where I'm travelling to. There's only one gear. I'm trying to gear up or down now and it's not letting me. Also, you can't really tell the gear if you're in the wrong part of the boat because the colour blocks it. But anyway, you'll see we're having a nice trail off from the island. It's a nice mode of transport, it's different. Even if it isn't the best mode of transport, it's working for me right now. I just hope I can find everything and somehow return it home. Have a new home base on the island now. Getting cars there would be near impossible. I should have actually had a sauna now I think about it. Yeah, it would have been a good thing to do, since my dirtiness is very, very high. I see a path, though, which means it is possibly a point you park your boat at. All in all, that wouldn't be a terrible thing. Just a nice little journey we're having here. No traffic to worry about, nowhere to fall into, it's just very relaxing. Come on, little boat. You can surely extract a bit more speed. Yeah, you'll see when I turn with the arrows, that thing actually turns, which is very nice. Very nice detail. Whee! Let's make weird wavy tail things. Whatever you call them. And it looks like here is where we should dock. Doesn't look like the town, sadly. Although I'm pretty sure I'm in the area that it looked like I should go to. Thankfully the paths are better set out than earlier versions of the game. Oh dear, I've lost my boat. Hopefully I can push it with whatever key it was. J, that was it. There we go. Boat, you will go to the dock. Can we somehow attach it? Doesn't look like it, but it looks like it's going to stay there, so I think we can get our hands away now. Ooh, I'm seeing something. Okay. There is a car parked there. Look like the one that hit me, surprisingly enough. Yeah, we made a swift getaway. And, ooh, is that the church? I think we are in the town. Indeed, we are. That is the church. My tractor didn't make it this far, sadly. It's back on the main road. I wonder if the drunk guy is still here. I'll also need to go and get some beer, which I have in my tractor, to quench my need for thirst. Or, no, quench my thirst, is it? I think it was this way. Or was it? I don't know, it feels like something isn't quite right. Now, my thirst is really bad, so I'm not going to go on a trek right now. I was going to, but I think just to be safe, I'll go and get something from the shop. Buy some milk, it's cheap enough. So we can use that with F. And then we can drink milk right in front of his face. Yeah, I can't afford beer. Well, I could afford beer, but I don't want to buy it right now because it's not that necessary. Throw it at his face, see if I can hit. I might have hit and bounced it away somewhere, I'm not sure. Either way, we can hopefully hop off and find our vehicle. Just walk over his car. I am running now. I am at running pace and I can hear something. Is it not? Is it him? Yes, he is moving. This is the safest way to travel. Oh. Thankfully he didn't go towards me. He did turn off as he should have. So I think we could check the sewage wells. That's one way of doing things. Also see if our passenger is still waiting for us to get him home. Because we did just leave a van there. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that boat. Probably drive it home someday. The mini bike as well. I did mention that. I'm going to the truck first just to see if there is a mini bike. There's a yellow car. It slightly scares me when things pop out on this game. It would scare me with any game. Mind, this isn't a horror game, but I could never play a horror game because of that. And his drain is blocked. Meaning that presumably he'll pay me for unblocking it. I really don't know. But that is definitely a blocked drain. So, in the hope of making a quick buck, or two as they say, I will try and unclog it for him. Oh no! Okay, so here I am, thanks to usage of the tractor and a hitchhiking green car. Now, I don't believe the drunk guy is going to be here. There's a guy walking up there, maybe that's him. But we do have our van, we can just run right to it. It wouldn't hurt to get another case of beer at this point, because I am slowly but surely using those up. Especially the one in the tractor, which is just up the road actually. Because what I did was I hitchhiked, or I hiked should I say, to the junction, then I hitchhiked to the point near the main road where the AI just goes a bit funny and kind of drives off the road. And then I drove the tractor, because that was relatively near that point, thankfully. And I've just messed up the ignition. How is that? Come on, you can do it. It does take its time. Handbrake, that needs to go off. And we can get going, hopefully. Oh, we hit another tree. Always a good start when you hit another tree. We can go, hopefully, back onto the road as such. Now, yeah, the drunk guy just got out. He's sick of my business. As I say, we could get another case of beer. I don't think we'll need to refuel, but I'll do that anyway, just to be sure. As it is always best to have your fuel full. Thing is, I couldn't just build a Satsuma and use that though. That was a disappointing thing, because I believe, if I remember correctly, my fuel is back there, so that makes things awkward. Yeah, we've got both the tanks, although full, they were in the van in town. And there's our tractor, I've just parked it up there with the wood in it. Are we on petrol? I think the van is diesel. Come on. Problem is I can't open that when it's got the pump. It's very temperamental about things like... It's not temperamental, that's one word. I mean, very fussy, that's the word. So we can hopefully unscrew this now. And we should just be able to fill up. When I did fill the truck up from empty, it did take a long time. This is a van, so it shouldn't take quite so long. But I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do the sewage mission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip through to when I'm at the point of doing that, and I will not fall in the hole this time. Okay, for once, something hasn't gone that bad. We have the hose doodad in the hole and ready to pull the sewage out of it. So we just have to start the truck up now, which it should do quite easily. Since I do believe I had it turned off before to save the fuel. Just wait for this to start up. It's not quite as bad as the van, but it still takes its time. Yep, revs there. So we just turn the hydraulic pump on, and that should pull our sewage away. Now, I remember to stay back from this hole. Is it actually doing anything? Try moving that around. I don't know, maybe I need to release this. Now, it's all going back into the pump theoretically, back into the fuel container thing, but if it works, I'm not complaining. No? I don't know what's happening. If it doesn't want to function, try backing up slightly, but that's all I've got. Enter driving mode. I should have just entered driving mode without thinking too much for it. And we need to be in reverse. Turn the handbrake off. Oh, that's the wrong thing I turned off. Either way, I don't think it's going to clean it. Sadly. So, yeah. I think we're just best off linking these two together, since you're fairly close. No, you're the wrong bit. Add the towing hook. Thankfully we can't get close enough to the hole now to fall into it. And where were you? Towing hook? There we go. So it's attached to a truck. We should be able to tow this. I'm going to take one of the beer cases though, since it's pretty empty at the moment. In somewhere it was. Maybe it was the truck one that was quite empty. Either way, we need our beer to survive, so go and get this and dump it in the truck. I think we'll have one now actually, while we're holding it. Just to help deal with our thirst. Throw that on his lawn, as you do. Yeah, and the truck is just, the van, sorry, is just covered in sewage. But we can tow this van home. That's part of the problem dealt with and sorted. Where the mini bike is, I really don't know. It's just confusing me now. It could have been in the van, but I don't think it is. I just went in there and I'm pretty sure I didn't see a mini bike. No. It's not in the tractor, I don't know. I feel like now I should take the boat home, but then knowing my luck, that would just run out of fuel. As far as I know, at least these two, I have spare fuel for them on me. And if they run out, I have spare fuel, and they're pretty well fueled to begin with. So we need to start the truck up. Hopefully, come on. Yep, he seems to have come. It's a real now you tell me moment. I just got a call saying to clean the sewage well, although as you can see, I just got home and got out of the truck. It wasn't even turned off, so yeah. Could have called a bit earlier if you wanted that to happen. Still, we have a mostly empty garage here, so that's something. And I think we're going to dump the van here, which isn't the perfect solution, but we do have something to drive around that way at least if we do get reset at home, and that makes things a lot easier. Sadly though, I did see the tailgate flap open when I was towing it, and everything must have fallen out because there's nothing in there anymore. Meaning I'll have to retrace my steps and hopefully see some stuff by the side of the road, but if I don't really know what I can say about it. We've got some food here and some at the kind of log chopping area, so that will tie us over for a little bit, but we will eventually need more food, it is inevitable. Where is the meter going up? We do need to urinate soon, so I'll have to sort that out. But really, we are, for now, pretty well sorted with our needs, I think. My first meter last night was going mad when I was trying to hitchhike and everything, because I had to run a lot and it did naturally do what it does. I just don't get where my mini bike is. That would help a lot if I knew where that was, with retrieving vehicles and everything. Still, we have a job to do, which should earn us some money. I just hope we have enough fuel in the tank. Introducing the road train, as it is. Yeah, basically, I've connected all these things together. I originally towed the tractor, didn't realise it had the trailer detached. Hopefully that problem's sorted now. The tractor has got its lights on, which may be changing something, I don't know. I see a lot of reflections. Can I turn the interior light off? No. Okay, I need to sort that tractor's lights off by the looks of things, because they are somehow messing with the interior. Didn't expect that, but that's the way things are going. There we go. So hopefully this will work. It's just I tried with a van before and things went horribly wrong. As in I hit the green car and then I couldn't work out what I was going to do. Now how to avoid hitting the green car with a huge road train, I'm not sure. I'm just thinking I'll go to the side of the road permanently, which should do a decent job of it. And wow, this feels like it's moving quicker with the trailer on the tractor. Maybe it's just me, or maybe there's no difference and I expected it to be horrible. I'm seriously scared of hitting that green car though. Because I might need to use him for hitchhiking. Okay, so surprisingly, everything has worked and I've gone back into the truck sillily. Yep, there's our tractor. It's just parked up here at the kind of place it's supposed to be. I also dropped off the logs. That was actually a very easy thing because all I had to do was park the truck, disconnect the tractor and then drive in and do it as you normally do it. And then I was able to tow it out. So I got a job out of it and now I've got 2 vehicles back at home, which is always good. This truck is proving its potential for a towing vehicle quite well. I mustn't underestimate it, actually. Still got the lights on here. It is getting a little dark, but truth be told, I'll probably be sending my character to sleep soon, so he can wake up in the morning and have a better day of it. It just goes so quick now, though, now I've finished towing and all. So a new day has dawned. My fridge has, well, fallen out on itself, basically. Yeah, we need refrigerated crisps. No! The crisps have to be refrigerated. It's like an arcade slot machine. How much until we go? No! All the crisps are falling out. If I'm refrigerating one thing, it has to be the crisps. Because we know they desperately need refrigerating, so they'll have to sit in there. There we go. We have fit all the crisps in, though. So that's something. Now, we have our car, yes. I've done a decent amount of work with this, actually, before the darkness really became a lot and I didn't want to work anymore. So here we have basically a garage door in the back of our car, as you do. We've not quite got the gear shifter bits in, but the seats are all in. We have a basic interior, and I can actually do something on camera because I think it needs no screws, if I remember where it is. There was a radio. I can't figure where that's got to though. So, I don't know. We can't do that now then, I guess. So I'm going to angrily throw this hood instead, which was hiding my secret pizza. It's probably gone mouldy by now, but I'll still eat it. Ooh. What are you doing? There, you can sit there before you scare me anymore. Still, I have bought the van back as well, and I found this just randomly sitting around here. I had lost it, but I don't know. Maybe it was doing some weird thing where it phased through the floor and then it finally came back or something. Now, I'm thinking what I'll do, if I get a call for it at least, that is, I'll drive the truck back into town and I'll just leave it there. I'll get the boat to come home and that should be that. I did refuel this. Make sure that's tight on. I did refuel the truck, so we shouldn't be running out of fuel anytime soon. And I am on the running feature. Don't know why it doesn't seem to be running. Just seems to be walking, I don't know. But either way, got a decent amount done on the car. It's now like a car, at least on the interior. The glove box you can actually open as well. It's got some nice features here. I have got an envelope for some ricery parts. I'll take that down to the shop when I have the truck down there. Because that's going to be my base of operations pretty much. It's a sewage truck. It's not dependent on me being at home. I just have to reach town, which I can do with a boat. So that's always something. And yeah, I'm happy with how today has gone. I'm going to put some bumpers on, I think. That'll be a nice finishing bit to the episode. Where are the bumpers? Just round here. So we should have a front and a rear bumper. Start off with a front one, which is this one down here. Yay, chrome! I will have to paint this car blue someday. It's just this is the present colour. There we go. I don't know what screw size this needs though. I actually have no idea, so I'm going to have to try and just match it up, I guess. Whoa! I did notice some screw down there that I didn't seem to tighten. I think it's part of the fender. Oh, they're on both sides. That is incredibly sloppy of me to do something like that. The bumper's gone missing, but now I'm already preoccupied with my distraction, let's say. Come on, sift through these screwdrivers. See if there's one that is suitable. I think it was the smallest, yes, indeed. Don't know why it took me so long to remember that, but it did. So they should be bolted on properly now. Just bits like that are easy to miss. But now the front fenders are on, and we need to find the missing bumper, wherever it might be. Press J, we can push the car away while also holding a screwdriver. I'm not sure how this is even possible. We must have free hands or something. Still, this can hopefully latch into place. There we go. Nothing unrealistic about the way that moved right there. Can move this across. And hopefully sift through again. I think the screw is just in here. Yes, it is. You can see it right there. I think this is a fairly mid-pack one. Yeah. Closer to the smaller end of the spectrum, but I was still vaguely correct, which I'll accept for the time being. Just screws right on here. This is one of the easier parts to do. I don't want to go and put the front trim on yet because I will need to access the engine and want that to be as easy as possible since I'm lazy and all that. So we're going to make that as easy as possible. Now, the rear bumper. That was the other one we were going to add. Hopefully we have space. Yes, we should have space. Just close that door so it's not in the way. I'll say that and then the phone will go off and then it'll make everything a whole lot more difficult. But maybe we'll have a white screwdriver for this. It's hard to say. Hopefully we can use Q and poke our head in there somehow. Yes, we have got the white screwdriver. So we can now do that and on the other side as well. This is a very odd angle to do it at, but I'm not complaining, it works. So there we go. We've got all our vehicles home. Well, other than the boat, which will be sorted, as I said, with a truck and moving stuff around. So, all is good. I mean, towing that tractor was not easy. And the bike would have made things easier if it was actually there when it was supposed to be there, as opposed to just disappearing somewhere. Also, I'll mention now I've got these out. I just threw them out of the truck when I was in town. So I could probably use this to refuel or to fuel, should I say, the Satsuma. Should do a good trick of it. I've not needed to use these though as of yet. As I said, the truck did run out of fuel, but it ran out of fuel at the petrol pump, or diesel pump even, so that was no problem at all. You've seen at the fridge, I've got a whole bunch of food there, some of which has fallen on the floor, but either way, we have plenty of food and we still have a bit of a pile out here. So, I say a pile, there's a tiny bundle of macarons here, but it should be enough. We also have some over there-ish area where the tractor started out and where the tractor is now, so we should be good. Before next episode, I am going to do a firewood mission. You've seen how that works. I've gone through it very briefly, so yeah, I don't need to repeat that. And I'm going to leave it here now with my somewhat oddly positioned fleet. And I'll say goodbye until another day.